how we feeling. Girl in the party, look so appealing. Face up to the situation looming. One of them the honest gonna be my darling.
Hi, this is Variety Chenevert for Akashi Media Podcast Live. Happy New Year, everybody. It's been a while since I've made a post. I had a lot going on this year. I'm here in Los Angeles, California, and we just had these wildfires, and believe me, it was wild. It was hot. It was a lot of smoke. It was black. It was, man, barely could breathe. My chest was hurting. It was just hard. Couldn't see. Eyes burning. We had evacuation. The fire just burned everywhere. I don't know how anything like that could ever happen. I mean, it was like one city to the next city to the next city to the next city, non-stop. It was just horrific. They said they caught two Mexican guys that supposed to have set the fires, and but they weren't prosecuted for anything. Or they were arrests made. One guy said he admitted that he started something out in Azusa that was getting ready to start, and then the other guy was carrying a fire torch, and he was suspected of setting fires from the beginning. But as in case you don't know, or as you may know, um, people who are undocumented immigrants cannot be filed charges against here in America. So even if they did, they can't go to prison for it. They just have to be deported. And there are a lot of people who voted for that, for people to be able to stay in the country, go here, go to school, whatever the agenda was supposed to be. They were not able to be pressed charges, even if they set these fires. They can be released and let go and just be deported. And that's it. They said it was over 20,000 homes that was burnt down. Um, it's a mess. It's really a mess. The smoke is still, you can't see it anymore, but you can smell it. It's still strong. Man, it's still strong. Your lungs can still hurt. Your chest can still hurt. Like mine, I went a few places and you still smell the smoke. It's still strong. It's still there. The debris and everything. Man, it's really been something. President Donald Trump visited Los Angeles a few days after being sworn in for presidency for 47th president, his second term. And he came into Los Angeles and he spoke with the mayor and different residents about the fire and everything. And Mayor Bass was saying it was going to take like 2 weeks to get permits, but he was like, no, that's something that would take 2 years. And he's someone who has been in the real estate for many, 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 many years, so he would know how long permits would take to get certain things done. The residents have been looking into how long it would take. They said it was 2 years as well, just to move the debris, And during the administration of Biden and Kamala Harris, the mortgage insurance was discontinued. And also with the mortgage disaster insurance was also discontinued. So this is during their administration. So to have people paying all this money for insurance and not be compensated with this disaster fire starting, man, that is messed up. And these people are really expecting to get some type of compensation for it, but it's been canceled. I went on the website of HUD, and it says home insurance canceled. It says home disaster insurance canceled. It's been canceled. Okay? I don't know. I don't believe so. The letters were sent out during the running of Kamala Harris' campaign against Donald Trump. If they even sent out notices to people then to say that we have canceled their mortgage insurance. Probably not. If it would have been a possibility of her not winning, that would not have been mentioned. Trump would have probably mentioned it if he had known. I found out last year through my insurance company, AAA, and a friend of mine who's also a broker, that the mortgage insurance was canceled in California. And that was the reason why when I went to my insurance office in West Hollywood, where I reside at, where my business is at, when I went to West Hollywood last year to renew my policy, they were shut down. They were closed. And I called them. I said, why did you guys move and close? Because we no longer carry insurance in California. So they had moved out of the state. So I was up on it. I contact my cousin. I said, Desi, they don't have insurance anymore. They don't have home insurance anymore. He said, oh, cuz, that's not true. That's not true. That's okay. He kept saying, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. Oh, it's true. This is 6 months before the fire, at least. 6 or 8 months before the fire that I found out. And I was letting people know. But it wasn't on the internet at the time that it was canceled. But my mortgage broker, I was like, are you sure about that? He was like, he wasn't really like, I said, not only that, the banks are closing. That was in the newspapers. That the banks were going to close at the end of 2024. And a lot of the banks, they said they had about 1,000 banks that closed. And that they were going to just be open through ATMs only. So there are a lot of banks that have not really been open. Wells Fargo in different places in different areas have not been open. It's just empty, and it's just the ATM lobby that's open. Yeah, U.S. Bank closed last year. There were banks closing last year. You know. So there is a lot of things that was just hush-hush during the Biden-Harris administration. And you guys were just like, Democrats were just at it. Like, they're this and that. Really? Guess what? If the mortgage insurance are canceled and you have this fire and you can't recover, they let you down. They let you down for sure. Okay? And not only that, President Trump came to California to see the Pacific Palisades fire. Okay? And he sat with Mayor Bass and he was like, look, if I can use my executive orders, you need to use your executive orders too. And she was like, I am doing everything that I can. I did do that. Guess what? During all this fire burning, seemed like it was just like hell. You know, at some point, they had to go get support from Mexico to help put the fire out. They had to get Mexican firefighters to help put the fire out in Los Angeles when there were 2 Mexicans that started the fire. Also, the water was dry. I just took classes in water treatment and distribution and found out through class California has been without water for a long time. They have been losing water for years. That's why the reservoirs were closed and dried up, and the fire department could not use water to put the fires out. That's been going on for a long time. Another thing that's been going on, Trump has these executive orders. Some of these executive orders recently that he has put in place is to temporarily stop funding, do audits. Well, you guys were okay with him being audited in his background and his money. So why not the government money? What's all the yelling and screaming and disagreement about? You guys were all about that. All of his taxes, background, all this and that, and this and that. Okay? And now you guys want to oh my God, he wants to stop all this funding. It's temporarily. What's wrong with him doing auditing? We need to have an audit so we can find out where the money is at. He needs to know where the money is at so it can be calculated. And find out what agencies are really working out and which ones are not. It's just about a process of elimination. As far as I'm concerned, on the outside looking in. That's what it looks like to me. You know, because when Mayor Bass came into office, okay, for her term, they had this company called LASA that was supposed to be housing the homeless, right? Okay, they got audited. They're a government agency that got audited, caught up with, because they were finding out they were not true about the numbers of people that they claimed they helped. And they were giving over $500 million over a period of time. And then when Ms. Bass came in office, Mayor Bass came in office, the mayor of Los Angeles, came in office after her election. She wanted to get rid of the homeless problem, the encampments, right? And then when she reached out to LASA, who was supposed to have been the head of all of this, she asked, well, how many places do we have available that we can place people in? We need a calculation. She did the same thing Trump is doing. I need a calculation of things. I need an audit on things to give me some numbers, to let me know what's going on, to let me know, so I can work at this and find out what do I have in place here and what needs to be put in place, okay? They came back with 28 availabilities, 28. That doesn't even measure up to the money they were given, okay? So they're saying they supposed to house a couple thousand of people. Like, let's just say 4,000 people. Okay, so, and that doesn't count up for $500 million that was given. So therefore, they're like, where the money at? We don't even have a HUD office in California. Los Angeles doesn't have a HUD office. It's closed. Guess how long our HUD office has been closed in Los Angeles, downtown LA on Flower Street? 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. The only thing that's at that office is security and a clipboard. And no one from the outside public can go in. It's been empty. And he's been working there for those 10 years to tell that. It's been closed. Long time ago. They had 50 employees there. He said, oh no, they all been gone a long time ago. This is before the COVID. That's, yeah. You would want to know too if you were the president, where's the money at? Like, how come this city doesn't have a HUD office? We're giving money to who? Why are you giving money to a homeless agency when HUD is supposed to be making all the distribution, right? No. So now what they have is just a county and the state working with each other, not the federal. And not only that, if we can't have water, boy, I think this fire was set with someone who knew the trails from Santa Monica to Pacific Palisades to West Hollywood, Westwood, Hollywood Hills, on down to Calabasas, Pasadena, and more. It was like it was just a map that was just set, and it was just going on and on and on. Like it was just planned. It was just set there. Like it was like oil had already just been in place and dropped down, and at the perfect time, okay, now let's just light it up. California, I believe, was a state that was big on Republican votes. Possibility that might have been something going on with that. You just never know how people are thinking. It was close. It was a close run. It was very close. But I'm not surprised that Trump won. I'm not. I mean, I had been a fan of Trump way before he ran for president because I just liked his books. They were very empowering. They were very successful. The titles were like, wow, think like a champion. Why we want you to be rich. Think big. Stuff like that people need to hear and read about, And then people are going around, oh my God, he's such a racist and this and that. Well, hell, how many racists has been in the White House all this time? You guys are just seem like you just jumping all over this bandwagon thing with Trump when it's been like that for years. He's not the first one. Maybe he's finally trying to make some changes, like taking away diversity. People are thinking, oh my God, he's taking away diversity and we fought for this. Why do you need it? Why do you need it? Why do you need for your business to say black owned? Why do you need for your business to say woman owned? Why do you need your business to say minority owned? Why? You need those titles, those labels. That's not really a title, but a label. Why? Why do you need that? That is discrimination. That is prejudice. That is racism. It's the same thing it is when people said colored water fountain, white water fountain. White sit over here, black sit over there, Negro sit over there. Same thing. Same thing. And Trump said that. It's the same thing. And you guys are all on television. Oh my God, we fought for this and that and we did. Why do you need that? If a person or a business has something that you want and you want to purchase it, just buy it. What difference does it make? People who are racist and prejudiced might not even make a purchase from your business just because it's labeled as black owned, minority owned, woman owned. You know what I mean? Why? It's not making you stand out, really, because it should just be your name there. Your name there or your business name there. Why should it have to say that? They say, okay, the Biden administration was talking about, oh, we're going to put so much money into these African American neighborhoods for black entrepreneurs and all this stuff for them to start their business. Okay, you have two guys who got out of the penitentiary, who started a business, who were chefs in prison, and then they came and applied for the small business loan and got disapproved. So then they had to go find their own money and start their business with their own money. And that was it. So that's not real. So it's just so many people that may get approved. And this FICO score shit, that's prejudice too, as far as I'm damn concerned. I like the system of Muhammad Yunus, who started the system dealing with banking for the poverty, creating a world without poverty, or banking for the poor and creating a world without poverty. I like his system. He was the one who created the microloan system in Bangladesh. And what he did was he created the microloan system, and he started with the women. What he did with that system was he took the poor women who were mothers with children and gave them loans for $500. And he told them, if your business is successful, then you repay the loan back. If you don't succeed in your business, then you don't have to pay back the loan. But we're going to do everything that we can for you to be successful, for your loan to be successful, because we want you to succeed. And what he also said was, what he wanted the women to do was to help other women start a business. And then that would be a chain of command that women would continue to teach each other to start a business. And they did that, and all the women became millionaires. That's the type of system we need in place. And get rid of all this stuff about race. We need that type of system in place. Because when you put it all out there and label it, it's still segregation and all that stuff. We don't need that. That's not what we need. You think we need that, but we don't. There are a lot of people who still want to start a business that could never get approved for a loan or a grant. And I don't really like giving business plans. And the reason why I don't like business plans, because it's telling what you're going to do with your business. That's how your competitor can find out what you're doing. And I don't think it should be open like that. That's how people can get bought out, because they find out what their business plan was within their business. So I really don't really feel that a business plan should really have anything to do with that. Because if you're not going to get approved anyway, they're going to share that information with someone else. And then they'll start it with someone else. It's been done to me, even in my own marriage. My husband was supposed to be my manager, and took my business and started it with his family and friends, and didn't even compensate me. So we're going through some things right now. My marriage made over $1 billion. Things that I've had in place dealing with wine made $90 million. Things we're dealing with my media company made over $9 million. $10 million. First year. Never compensated me. Took everything to Europe, London, and shared it with friends, family, sisters, moved to Canada, and did all kind of stuff. No one paid me. He didn't even call my ass. He's just been living good. Nigerian, they smart though. I give it to them e-boos. They smart. But that's okay. Because God got my back. God is going to always look out for me. And I'm going to get compensated. I'm not worried about it. I have all my plans, and I have all the proof that I'm the one who started it all. And he knows that, because he took it. Renamed it, but he took it. But it was mine. It's all there. And I'm still going for it, because that's why I have Akashi Media Podcast Live. All day, every day. It's still me. My domain name itself is worth $10,000. Anyway, so things can happen to you. Always don't have to be a stranger. Be right there in your family, doing you wrong. So it's not everybody on the outside. Tell you that. Those are real close to you. In your fam. But yeah, we had a lot going on this year. My daughter was like, I'm just so glad that my mom is still alive. I am so glad, Mom, you're still here. I'm so glad, Mom, that it just didn't take my mom. And I'm glad to be here too. And I'm glad that I'm able to be here and still see my grandchildren and everything. And that my grandchildren, I was able to call them and talk to them. I'm just so grateful for that. And we were able to even do Google Meet and everything. And that's how we've been chatting and stuff and seeing each other. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do that with my grandchildren. I had a few relatives that were worried about me. Not everyone, because a lot of people don't like me and don't give a damn if I live or die anyway. But there were a few who were concerned, and I'm here, and I'm okay. God bless. Thank you. But this man, it's just a lot going on. So I just think right now that, the, the temporary funding hold should go through, just so we can that Trump administration can get the calculation of what's left here in this country financially, what we're working with. We need that. We need that. I mean, Biden sent $1 trillion to Ukraine. So do we still have a $1 trillion somewhere that we can work with? That's what's important to this country right now. What do we have to work with? We need that. We need those answers. We need those answers. So you guys shouldn't be out there feeling like, oh my God, Trump is just doing this so wrong. No. You need to have accurate information. I mean, you guys was all about his background and his auditing on his taxes and all that. We need to have these organizations, looked into. If we have the mayor coming into office and she's told that there's only 23 vacancies, and you've given a company $500 million, and they've said they've only housed like maybe 4,000 people, that doesn't add up to $500 million. When you have over 300,000 people or more plus that were homeless or are homeless. But now you got more than that, because you just had 30,000 more homes to 100,000, close to 100,000 homes burned down overnight. So yes, the state of California and the United States all together need to know, where's the money at? Seriously. Because see, Trump has his own money. He's past the billionaire point. His wife Melania has her own digital money. Okay? They got their own money. I filed for my own money. I'm waiting to go on the stock exchange too. Okay? So America doesn't even have their own digital coin yet or digital currency yet. Other countries do. We are behind. Okay? We're behind. We don't have flying cars like Dubai. I'm a drone pilot, but we don't have flying cars. We're behind. You guys think having an electric car is the thing? Cars are flying now in other countries and landing. We're not there yet. We're in the boonies. We are behind in technology. And if you allow those young genius Nigerian and Ghanaian young men who've been building these automobiles with their own hands with scrap metal, you would be ahead in America if you wouldn't be so damn racist and prejudiced. We would be there. But no, everybody want to hold those geniuses back. It doesn't make any sense. But it's okay, because they're God's blessing. God bless them with that. And who's ever going to look out for them will be prosperous. And it's going to be in our own land. People have come and gone to Nigeria and Ghana and come back, say, hey, I built this car, and then, it flies around, and took their whole concept and act like they did it like they always do. But that's not true. But hey, God is going to bless us, because I'm a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Ghanaian, I'm a Kenyan, I'm a Jarate Indian as well. So we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We there already in a lot of ways. God is going to keep blessing these tribes. And let me tell you something. I'm a Taoist, and I believe in Taoism and Buddhism, and I'm about that prosperity. And let me tell you something. I burn just heaven money. And let me take experience on blessing Josh having money. I bless Josh having money. I buy it on Amazon, and I bought it, and I bought it. Comes like in 50 stacks, and it's like 100 trillion. It's like $1 trillion of stacks. So I have $50 trillion of stacks, and I had a couple $1 billion stacks, and I had like $50 billion stacks, and I wrote names on them. I wrote names of tribes on there. I wrote names of ancestors on there, and in the outcome of that, Nigeria ended up getting gold and the naira to combine with gold and the naira and be the first to be on the P2P system. And they got blessed financially. So I look at what's done on earth is also done in heaven, and God reversed it. Because I put on there, bless the tribes, bless the ancestors of these nations, of these tribes. And they did get blessed. And then Biden sent $1 trillion over to Ukraine. That could have came from what I had burned in Josh money, and sent $1 trillion back on down, because I had it in heaven, and he trickled it back on down here. So I can't say, that there's not people like us over there in Ukraine, because they are. So I said, bless the ancestors. So I guess we have ancestors over there, and they went back over there. So I can't really complain about him sending it, because I did say bless the people. It didn't say where it was going to go to. So that was God's distribution. And I have to look at it like that as well, So much going on. I'm glad to just be alive, be here myself. And I stay in prayer. I pray for my coming and going every day, and my protection every day. And I pray for others as well. I'm praying for those who have lost. There are a lot of people who fortunately do have second homes. I've met a lot of people, and I have friends that had second homes that were also in the flames too. And they had homes in Nevada, but this was like a lot of us live in Nevada and have businesses in California, so we always went back and forth. So that was the situation, and it's always been like that pretty much. And so those people who have second homes and been in real estate or own properties and things like that, they can really make a comeback and bounce back pretty well. But those who do not have a second home and maybe bought just their first home, that's different. And it's very unfortunate that the Biden administration canceled these insurance policies, as well. And it doesn't sound like you guys got any letters in the mail, because you didn't talk about it in the public. You didn't talk about it when Kamala was running. And nor were the questions asked, what about these canceled insurance policies for the mortgage? So of course they wouldn't want that out in the open if she's running against Trump. But that's it. I really don't have much to say on this podcast right now, but hold on. Just hold on. He's only been in office a few days. It's not even a month yet. Just a few days. And I just feel that we need to hold on and just wait, be patient. We need to get a calculation. We need these numbers for this country so they can find out which organization is working, so they don't need to be funding organizations that's not working, so we can get some new organizations, because there are a lot of you out there who have companies that might be the new company that we can depend on. So let's get rid of the old and bring in the new. That's how you have to look at it. Some things need to be modified. We need to get rid of this diversity, which is really hitting racism, because we don't need that. If you're going to buy a product because you like the product. If a person has the business you're looking for, do business. It shouldn't have to be you're black. White people don't have white owned on their business. Come on. Let's get rid of this bullshit. Excuse me. Shouldn't say that. But I'm serious. So we can move forward and be more prosperous. That's what we need to do right now. Okay, well, that's going to be all I'm going to say right now in this commentary, dealing with the LA fires, President Donald Trump's re-election, the 45th president, second term. And had they not messed him up in 2020, he wouldn't be here second term. But hey, God made it possible. Just like he said, God made it possible, Kamala would have probably had it, but she was still short on numbers. But she was close, but she was still short. So let's see what happens in 4 years. But right now, we just have to take it slow. We just have to just breathe and relax and exhale right now, and see what happens from here. And just wait. Let's just wait. We just can't do everything overnight. Let's just wait. We already had this fire ignited. Let's just wait. See what happens. The smoke in LA is still there. You can't see it. It's not visible, but you can smell it. And I've been breathing. I've been taking my alkaline water and my cayenne pepper and drinking it down to keep my lungs clear, because I do not want to get lung cancer. Okay? And I'm making my plans to exit because I don't want no lung cancer. All that debris is still going on. I see debris on my car. Okay, still on my windshields, falling down every day. I got to wash my car from the debris. It's still there, coming down. It's still coming down. And there are parts of Los Angeles is so thick and strong that smoke is still presently there. It's like the cloud of smoke is just sitting there, and it's invisible, and you can just, it's worse than people smoking cigarettes. It's worse than being in a car with a person who smokes a cigarette with the windows up. It's worse than that. It's just like, I went to downtown Los Angeles and picked up a few things, and that smoke was so strong down there, and strong, my lungs was burning. I said, oh my God, I got to get out of here. And my stomach started hurting, and I said, no, I got to get out of this. So I had to go drink my alkaline 9.5 water and my cayenne pepper to clear it out and everything. Push it out. I ordered my black water. It's on the way. My charcoal water is on its way, because I'm about to get down to black water charcoal. Charcoal detox every toxin in the body, and I'm about to go on a serious 12 to 24 bottle detox with black water, charcoal water in this body to clean everything out. Because charcoal powder can fertilize a football field on 1 tablespoon. So I'm about to go all in, okay? Because I'm not trying to die of no cancer or anything. I got grandchildren. I have 4 grandbabies and my babies, okay? Please. So I'm praying, God keep me. I need to be kept. Okay, because they still babies. Okay. Anyway, that's about it, y'all. You know, I said last year that I was going to be becoming more visual on Akashi Media Podcast Live because I was just vocally just doing audio, and now I wanted to be more visible to you all as my audience on Akashi Media Podcast Live. I have a great big listenership, and I'm listened to in over 70 countries, and so I wanted to start being more visual to you all so you can see me. Hey! And thank you for listening to Akashi Media Podcast Live. And I'm going to do what I normally do is say my thank yous to all the countries that listen to me. So I have to go get my list. So next time I come on the air again, I'm going to say my list to you all. And thank you all for listening, okay? Because I really, truly appreciate you for listening to Akashi Media Podcast Live with me, Variety Chenevert. Okay, well, that's going to be the end today of Akashi Media Podcast Live and my commentary for today of dealing with the LA fires. Thank you for listening. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.